put $1 million into the stock market and $1 million into real estate 10 years ago, which one would do better? Or $1 million investment into the stock market would turn into about $2.6 million over 10 years. Depending on what state you were in, you would pay between 15 and 35% tax on that. Now, if you put that $1 million into down payments, your cash flow over 10 years would be about $1.88 million. The majority of that would be tax-free because of the depreciation offset. Your appreciation would be $1.92 million based on the average growth over the past 10 years. So you'd have $4.8 million after taxes. So $4.8 million after taxes, or
All right, y'all. You gotta be careful who you follow, who you listen to, who you take advice from. You got to know the person, know whether they're joking, whether they're for real or not. Everybody has a page that they can say whatever. And this was just completely stupid. You can go in and ask the question yourself. If you don't know how to use the numbers, you can go in and ask. I asked Google if I had invested $1 million in a VOO, which is an index fund that tracks the S&P 500. If I had invested $1 million in that 10 years ago, and it came back that I would have approximately $4 million right now today. And that's provided that I reinvest the dividends that come with the stock that's inside the index. But then he messed around and said the taxes. You're going to, after taxes, before tax, after tax, you're going to pay taxes. I'm wondering why he started mentioning taxes when you didn't sell a real estate. You didn't pay taxes on the real estate because you hadn't sold it, right? It's the same way with the stocks. It grows tax deferred. You don't pay taxes on it. You only pay it when you sell it. And if you never sell it, you never pay it. And then when you do pay it, when you do sell it, it's a long-term capital gains tax, which is one of the cheapest taxes out there. And then you get to sell. If you're married, you get to sell $100,000 of it a year with zero taxes. So it's just some some stuff off in there, not telling the whole story about it. One of the biggest things out here about making money, there's so many ways to do it. Lying on the internet is one, but clearly the worst way to make money, in which all of us do, is exchanging your time for money. You need to get, or I'm going to say you should get, or we all strive for, or I strive for, to where I'm not exchanging my time for money. I'd rather exchange my money for money, not time. And the more time you get, the more freedom you have. Out here in the real estate games, probably all kinds of people making money, but you got to spend your time doing all the work that's involved with owning property and renters and even property management companies that you're employing to help. Still exchanging time for money. And I'm sorry, the market's gonna be undefeated on that. So yeah, pay attention to who you follow. And some of these guys got millions of followers for the wrong reasons. And unfortunately, you got millions of people who take their advice, even though it's bullshit.